What's going on, family? Here again with another video. I wanted to give you guys a rundown of everything that I'm doing with this funnel and how I'm running the ads and everything. I just want to put it out there to see if it helps any of you guys. So this is the start of this brand that I just started. I just wanted to make it to see how you guys can learn from the setup that I started and how you guys can apply it in your business. So I made a video before about how to make these websites on Go High Level. So here I'm on Go High Level right now. So, pretty straightforward. Here are the pages that you can add in your funnel and stuff, and there's a bunch of different templates that you can use. And I have a video of me just dragging and dropping every pre-built section that was already in there. And the way you can format those pre-built sections is just with ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT what structure your website should have, and you can set it up like in an hour, and it's very easy. And the thing that I love about Go High Level is that once you set it up, it looks like a professional website. It's not like super technical, like say WordPress or anything like that. Like, check this out. I added my logo. I added this pre-built section. I added these. I didn't even set the font. Everything is just default setting, and it looks great. It looks very nice. You see this? And here, let me see if you can see my thumbnail. There's my thumbnail. I created that thumbnail in Photoshop, and I use FreePic as the file, which I can show you in a second. There's another one. And yeah, this is a pretty simple website, guys, and it looks fire. So like for these thumbnails, right? Say you want to make something like this. You go to FreePic, and it's not free, sadly, but you get a free trial, and it's not that expensive, guys. If you guys want quality stuff, this is what I recommend doing. So say, for example, oh shoot, I don't know why all that is popping up. All right, say right here, right? You click Photoshop templates and then put thumbnails. Yeah. Okay, see? This is one that I was using before, actually. So if you go right here, you see? It's the same one. So you click here and then you download, here, let me move, the PSD file, which is the Photoshop file. Then you import it in here, and every single one of those files is gonna have like the right here where it says double click here. You double click, and then you can change your photo. Like, say if I put this here, I just save it. Yeah, and then when I go back to that photo, shoot, let's see. It shows up right here. Same thing with these other ones, and same thing with this part. You just have to paste it in those files that it's already set up for you. It's very simple, and then you can change the font. And the way you find the color, like say you want to change this yellow background, you just have to find the color and change it. Like right here, say this one was blue, right? Here's the effects. Double click on that. You see the color right here. It's already clicked on stroke. You just change the color and it changes it up. It's not difficult, guys. It's pretty simple. And what else? So that's how I made those thumbnails. Pretty simple. I used to buy them from Fiverr, but it's so simple to just get them from here. So once you have this, and by the way, I recommend you have your booking page, thank you page, and just a home page, and then these are just terms and conditions that I need to have on there, but those are the main things. Another thing I wanted to show you guys the automations that I have. So I have an automation, a workflow for like when somebody books on when they book a call, they get constant confirmation reminders leading up to that meeting so they can show up, right? And I also have a 10-day email lead nurturing sequence, which is say they opt in but they don't book. This is how we get them back. They send emails. This automation sends emails out reminding them, showing them our work and what we've done, videos, and all this other stuff, right? So here's the pipeline. Opportunity created. This is already selected for you. This is what we named it, right? In pipeline. Well, I don't want to confuse you guys, but when I get out of here, like for pipeline, just because I need to show you this, let's go to opportunities. Okay, so you see, this is the pipeline, right? This is the lead and sales pipeline, right? When a new prospect comes in here, right, they're gonna have they submit their contact information around the form, and they're gonna appear right here. When they book, they move right here, and then right here you can assign them to what kind of what sales guy you want to give it to, right? And then once, say they book and they say they don't show, you move these things right here. Like for example, you move this in the pipeline, and then it'll be a no-show. And there's different automations that you can kick in because of that. Like say for example, we close the deal with them, right? We change, shoot, man. No. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay. Say we move this to, we can make a actually one which I haven't made is one for reviews, right? If I move this to reviews, right? Say this one no show was actually reviews, and then in the automation I can put when the contact moves into the pipeline of reviews, then it immediately sends a review request to that person, to that client, right? So they can follow up on how their service was. Because if you're putting them in the block of reviews, then that means that they're done, and the next thing is to get reviews. And the hardest thing about most business owners is to get reviews in the door. Not get in the door, but like remind yourself and remember to always ask them for the review, because sometimes like you forget, but this is all automatic. Once it's moved in there, whatever you want after that person is with the service done, right? All these automation, you can have them in place so that when you put in those people in those pipelines, it shoots off the automations for you. And the thing is, when they reply, like say we can, here's another thing I wanted to show you guys. I haven't set this up here. I'm going to set it up. But here's the thing. Say you send them the review, right? The person opens their phone, they do the review, and then they get a little box, right? And we're going to lead them to your Google business profile, right? But here's the thing. Before they go there, we're going to send them a form where if they put 1 to 3 reviews, right, and they complain, because some clients are hard to deal with, and if they give you a poor review and they fill out, they write their heart away in that review, and then it sends off to Google, you're gonna be super pissed. So here's the thing: what we do with that form. If it's 1 to 3 star rating, right, then we save it into your account, but we don't publish it on Google Ads. If they put 4 or 5 and those are going to be good, it's going to go straight into your Google business profile. So that way we stop that from happening, and we're only bringing in good reviews, right? And then the one that the 1 star to 3 star rating, right, when they go to your account, you can work on those and talk to the client to better assist their needs so that you can get those to 4 or 5, because even if they don't like your service or something happened, you can fix it, guys. You can work on making those 1 to 3 star rating customers into 4 to 5 star, So those are just opportunities and systems in place to help you and save you and actually help you grow and learn where you're doing things wrong. So that's very important, the review aspect of it, guys. And when you're moving a lot of clients, it's very important. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. What else? I also have, that's the nurturing sequence. It nurtures them. And basically, it's called nurturing sequence because it nurtures them. I already showed you guys, but it nurtures them to make sure that they're constantly being fed and make sure that one day they are ready to buy. It's just prepping them up for that point. Here's a confirmation reminder. I already talked about this, but I'm going to show you exactly the workflow. So here, right, appointment setting, event type, right? This, when you make this, you're going to put this event type, normal, appointment status, right? When they book the appointment on your page, and it says confirmed, right? This is how we tell the automation what to do. If the appointment the appointment status is confirmed, then you book them in the calendar, in the discovery calendar, right? So I'm going to show you the discovery calendar. Here you go. Here's your discovery calendar. It's one of your calendars. Wait, there was many different other ones. Hold up. Well, when you get your account set up, you're going to make your calendars here, guys. So this is the only one that I have set up, right? So you make your calendar and you get the automation, and that's how you select those calendars to book those people in, right? So what was the other thing that I was going to tell you guys? Discovery calendar. Oh yeah, and the form here. Hold up. I'm going to double check because sometimes I forget, guys. I really do. Where was I, man? Okay, so appointment confirmed, calendar status. Okay, so the appointment. So once you make your calendar, you can go ahead and make your booking page. So that's what I did right here, guys. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to show you actually like the beginning of the funnel, right? So you go in here, right? Let's start off right here. I have my VSL here ready to tell them my business, my service, and I go in depth on how it works, right? And here, you don't have to have a second one. First one is good. They click right here, and then I take them to a survey page. Now, guys, this is very important because in my experience, what has worked the best is not long forms for them to fill out because people have short attention spans. So it needs to be quick, right? And if you need a lot of questions to ask them to qualify them, this is the way. So immediately, the first thing that you're going to ask, full name, phone number, and email, right? You put these things in. for example, right? 87229. Actually, no. I'm not famous yet, guys, so I don't care if you guys contact me. Let's put 2098. All right. When I'm famous, you guys are gonna spam me, hopefully, or no. All right. What type of business are you running, right? I'm gonna just put NA just to speed through it. Roughly how many leads are generated? You see how I'm speeding through this? Like, I'm not speeding through it, but I'm saying, like, people are just gonna fill it out and they're supposed to move, just move, right? And when they submit this form, you know, and by the way, this is not a form, this is a survey. So here in my survey section, I built a survey, right? Here's a survey. And, you know, you can just create it. You know, it's very simple, drag and drop templates. All right, so once you create your survey, you just have to add it to your site. And once you add it to your site, it's going to begin working. And the way you add it to your site is very simple, guys. It's everything. I'm just going to give you a brief example on how you add simple things like this, because it might seem complicated, but it's really not. So say, for example, I set this button up, right? Like right here, you go right here to block. You put like button right here, right? Button, it shows up this, and then on the right side you get all your customization options, right? But you want, and this is literally where you manage everything you do on the site. So if you want to be like, all right, if somebody clicks on this button, you just gotta ask yourself, if somebody clicks on the button, what do I want them to do? Like, I want them to go to a survey, right? Okay, where do I go on here? General? Yeah, my best guess is general. Button actions, wow. Website URL. So that survey that we were on, it had a link, right? When you're making it, it has, you see like right here on this website has a link. When you're on that other survey that I showed you, it has a link also. That link, you're going to put it right here, and you put website URL. So now when somebody clicks this, they open the survey, right? And it fills it out. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is once they, and on that survey, like at the very last of the question of that survey, there's going to be a submit button. That submit button, you do the same thing that you did right here. You put website URL, and then the link that you put is the booking page on the calendar where they can book a call and book the time. You know what I mean? Very simple, very straightforward, nothing crazy. But I wanted to show you my website because I'm very proud of it. Very nice. What else? I wanted to show you guys the survey, the forms, the automations. I think I covered all the automations. The other one I had in here was the AI caller. So this one's more in depth. I made a video about the AI caller, but say for example, we want and actually this one's actually a good example for an if-else statement. So say if you want two actions to happen, right? Or you want something to happen because of something, right? So say for example, not for example, I'm saying exactly what's happening right here. So somebody calls, right? No, somebody submits their form. What am I saying? Somebody submits the form, right? They go to the booking page, right? Where they're supposed to pick a day and a time to get on a call with you, but they don't, right? Something happens, they're in traffic while they were on their phone or something, or their kids distracted them, that whatever happens, they land on the booking page, they submitted the form with their information, they landed on the booking page, but they get off, something happens, right? So what you want to do to get them back in there is, since you have their information, you send them SMS, text messages, and email. Be like, hey, I saw you submitted the form, but you didn't book a page. Here's the link just in case, so I'm reminding you, you don't forget, right? SMS, email, very good to do, which I already have it set up in here. But another third option that's very useful, it's going to improve your conversion rates, is synflow.ai, which is an AI caller, right? So here I put this automation. Form submitted, right? Main ads funnel, that's the survey that we had that I was showing you that they submit, right? And by the way, look, very simple filters. Form is, because we're gonna tell the system what we want. We want the form, right? This is the form. The filter is gonna address the form, and then it's gonna find this form, which is gonna pop up. And then once it has that, we give it a condition, which, by the way, when you want to add these things, guys, like for example, if I click right here, the little plus sign, you put right here condition. Guys, I know it's a lot, but just focus on what I'm showing you. Just remember this stuff. I'll keep going over it. Just ask me questions in there because I want you guys to know this. Condition, the heck, where is it? Pick an action step. Here, hold up 1 second. If else. Oh, there you go. If else. Wait, is this the same one? No. This is not it. If else is right here. I think it's because I already have a condition. It's not going to pop up. Well, guys, you put a condition, and a condition basically is, it's just giving you, like, for example, we want people to get on the booking page, right? For the people that do get into the booking page, right? Say they're going right. For the people that do get in and they book a page, great. Those people have a group. Those are people that got booked, right? We want to assign like a name and a tag to them, right? So we know how to separate them, right? Because if they're all the same people, how are we going to tell the computer and the system to what to look out for? So the people that go all the way in, all right, we can give them a tag, a simple tag like booked appointment, which I did right here. Tag is booked appointment. Well, so this tag does not include appointment. So initially what I did is all the people that went in, I gave them a tag that was booked appointment. And for the people that do not have book appointment, because the people that go in, if you are not booking appointment, you're not going to get the tag. So if you go in and you don't book the appointment, you're not going to get the tag. So that's why I put right here, tags, right? And you can address several things. Does not include booked appointment. And there, it's going to grab all the people that didn't book appointment because they don't have the tag. And what do we want them to, what do we want the automation to do with those people? So right here we put tag does not include appointment. Guys, I'm just checking this out, make sure it makes sense. Does not include, okay. So we make it call. The SynthFlow is going to call and make that call to the client. And SynthFlow is a whole other section that I made a video about that. So if you guys can put the 2 and 2 together, watch that video. It'll help you set it up. But these numbers, right, like the model, API key, these are long numbers that you just get from your SynthFlow account. You copy and paste in here, and that way it knows which account to use, which is your account. And if I go on SynthFlow right now, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna go on it right now. But basically, you buy a number which is like 1 cent, or it's like $1 per month, right? And then you give that bot, that AI caller, a prompt. You tell about his business. You tell it about your business. You can't upload your website to it. You don't upload your website to it. But you just give it the URL so it can scrape your website and have all the information about your business. Once you do that, if somebody calls and you ask it like, what's the hours of operation for your business, it's gonna know because it scraped your website and be like, oh, X and YZ company hours of operation is this. Is there any other questions you have? Yeah, what services do you have? It's gonna know it because everything on your website. And you can add the URL of your website, but you can also add extra stuff. You can give it a whole prompt, like how you want it to address the client as soon as they speak, If you want them to wait for them to speak and just receive information to answer. You can just make this into your own employee, guys. It's crazy, but I have a video about that. Yeah, and just to add that, right? Like say, for example, I want to add the AI caller right here. Make a call right here. Action, you add it in there. But yeah, that's the AI caller, right? To take care of the people that drop off, that are about to book, but that don't, so we can put them back into the booking page and we don't waste money on ads or miss on leads that could have been turning into clients, right? What's something else I wanted to show you guys? For example, like this SMS. This is a simple SMS. This is how to send mass emails. I don't think you really need this right now. It's not applicable. All right, so the other thing is I have a digital product on here that I made, guys, also with what's it called? With Notion, which Notion is really cool. So I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this. All right, so if you go down here, right, say, and I did this just in case if people just don't book a call because of my VSL. So at the bottom right here, right, I put this offer as digital product. Here's what you get: plug and play Notion lead system, buyer and seller follow-up scripts, ChatGPT prompts vault for content and DMs, built-in lead tracker. And guys, like this is a Notion template. So what I did was I've been talking to ChatGPT and I've been telling it, like, for example, like, okay, and I tell everything about my business, everything. I'm like, ChatGPT, if people fall off and say they go to the bottom, I still want to capitalize on those people and maybe sell them something useful that they can be successful with just information that I give them on a digital product or something, right? If they can't work with me or whatever. So it gave me this idea of this. So this is AI automation for lead gen for real estate agents, right? So the Notion template that I created with ChatGPT, and by the way, I have a way of making ChatGPT give me some certain types of information that I wanted to give you guys today, so you guys understand how to speak to it. So say, for example, I created this on Notion. Right? This is on Notion, and I created this template for real estate agents for $27, right? So if you go right here, you click this. This is the service. This is not the service, it's the product, right? You buy this, it's gonna give you access to this, and you can duplicate this. So I made this with ChatGPT, and I told ChatGPT I want to make something valuable for real estate agents in this current market that's gonna help them with their digital marketing, getting more leads, and following up, and all the. And I asked it, I was like, what are all the challenges that real estate agents have in this current time in 2025? It gives me all of them. I'm like, okay, I want you to apply them, right? It's like I'm talking to somebody like an advisor. And then I tell it something specifically, guys. Like I specifically tell, like, if I wanted to act like a copywriter, I'm like, you are the most successful and best copywriter in 2025. You are at the top of the industry. You're also in a top real estate agent. You also know everything about marketing. You're the best digital marketing expert ever, right? I give you this whole persona, and then I'm like, okay, when I give you my template, ChatGPT, I want you to review it and ask all the questions that would make this better, right? To optimize it, since you're an expert. After you ask all the questions that can make it better, answer it for me, right? And after you get those answers, apply it now to my prompt. It's like, I don't know if I explained that correctly, but it's kind of like you're finding ways to improve it, right? But you don't know the questions. So I tell ChatGPT, you know better questions. So ask all the questions that would make this better and then answer them and then apply it. I hope that makes sense, but it's kind of crazy. I think I'll make a separate video on that, but it gave me this prompt, right? And Notion, by the way, guys, Notion has AI right here. You see Notion AI? So the thing that I love about Notion, it's not like Word, it's not like Google spreadsheets, like this kind of stuff, guys. Like this looks nice. Like you see how like you can open this stuff up. It's good for learning. Like this is useful information. I didn't just make this like just to make this. I try to make this in the best way possible so somebody can see it and it can give them value. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want. I want to provide a lot of value in the best way possible. And I created this with ChatGPT. And I told ChatGPT, my brand colors are black and yellow, right? Because of the website that I showed you. And I told it, I was like, okay, out of whatever answer you get, right? I want you to put that into a digital product template for Notion, because I'm gonna sell it on my page, on my funnel, right? And I want you to give me the prompt that I need to input into Notion AI. And it's like, okay, so it gives me the prompt, and that prompt I copy and I paste it in here, all with the right information, how I told it to dissect the template that I gave it, ask all the questions that will make it better, answer them, and then apply it to my template, and then my brand colors, and then to put it in a prompt into Notion AI. And Notion AI, it makes things look super nice. Like look at this, it makes things look super professional, super nice, and the Notion AI can do that for you. So you ask it all the things you want, you tell it to craft it into a nice prompt so that Notion AI can read it and format it nicely, make sure to tell it to make it visually appealing. You put it in there and you get stuff like this. Then this right here, what I did was I shared it. Like I made sure I made sure to put duplicate as template, because when you're selling it to people, they want to duplicate this and use this, right? And by the way, I don't care if they share, like, you know, it's not like this is something huge. Like it's just to have it out there. But like, for example, right here, you copy this, and then once you make that, let's see, hold up. Let's go to the page. You copy that, right, guys? Okay, so for example, I'll go down here, and I put it right here. And yeah, open on pop-up, right? And then the pop-up is gonna go right here. Here's the pop-up setting for this. So first they pay, and then right here you're gonna put, after this action is taken, because this is what's going on right here. I'm gonna go back to the automation, because once they pay, you want an action to take place, right? So here's the Notion axis that I created. So right here, payment received is the action that I want Go High Level to do. If payment is success, global product, and I already made my product in Go High Level. So if global is, they're gonna get this. And hold up, I'm gonna show you how they're gonna get it. It's not just like, I just don't want to just give you like, oh, I just put that in there. They're gonna get it in the email, because that's the trigger, right? They're gonna get that product. So I put the email action in here, and then here I put the Notion template. This is where I put the link, and I made a value for this, guys. You can actually just put it in there. But that link that I just copied right here, that link, right? Or I think it's this one. But you copy it and then you put it in there. And so they buy it, right? They submit their information, the trigger receives the information, and then they get an email with the link inside, which the link leads back to the Notion template. And they get this, and this is very useful. It took me like an hour to create this, but I think this is very good for real estate agents that are trying to get into digital marketing. They want to learn some stuff easily and have it organized and simple to read. Like there's a bunch of valuable stuff that I put in here, like, you know, cold DM templates, use after viewing your profile, hi, name, notice you're interested in area, you know, follow-up emails, follow-up templates, also referral systems, how to talk to people if you're a real estate agent, advices, and how to post for your content strategy, and weekly checklist so you can grow your social media, content hooks. These are good hooks that have worked for me, guys. and I can go into hooks, but I don't know if I should. This video is already getting long, but I'll make a separate video about that. But very valuable stuff, guys. And yeah, if there's anything specific, I know I've been like going back and forth everywhere with this video, but I hope you can see. Actually, no, the last thing I wanted to show you guys is the ads. Like, this is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna give you later updates on this, but I started running these ads for ARC ads, right? So the website is ARC ads, but they get real actors, and then you give them a script, and then the AI generates this ad based on that real actor, you know, with the script you gave it. So I gave it this script, and this lady speaks it like
and books the appointment behind. 78% of leads go cold if you don't follow up within 5 minutes. That's why we built a plug and play AI system that handles the entire follow-up process for you. This isn't just texts and emails. Our AI actually calls your lead.
It's crazy, right, guys? Like, check this out. And there's different, you can use different women, different men, different accents. Hold up. Okay.
Real estate agents, if you're not using AI in your business, you're already behind. 78% of leads go cold if you don't follow up within 5 minutes.
Good. And this is working now, guys. I don't know if this is going to work later, but I'm showing you guys this because, like, I practice what I preach. Like, when I get some of these clients for the AI automation for lead gen for real estate agents, I'm going to show them this. I'm like, you know, the way that you came in was with the ads, was with the ARC ads, was with the same AI. Because the thing is, like, say if I sign you on as my client, we're going to use the AI ads. Like, we're going to use AI ads. We're going to use the AI caller. We're going to use the AI review response system and all that. Like, AI automates all those things. So, yeah, like, I'm selling you what I'm using, what I use you to get you in is literally what I'm going to be selling you for a lot of these clients. So just wanted to show you some of that stuff, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for me, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.